Well, let's see if this is going to work this morning. Hello, are we live yet? Hello. There we are. Morning, everybody. We'll see if we can't get anybody in this morning. I'm going to try to do, I'm going to say probably 30 minutes, maybe an hour. But we'll just see how it is and how people's looking at it this morning. We may go a little longer, we may go a little shorter. Hope everybody's having a good Sunday morning. Sorry if I look and sound a little tired. I was up most of the night with a sick youngin', so we'll just have to wait and see how the rest of the day goes. But I do got to admit that I am going to be starting I have started a fresh profile on this. And still playing around with the last one after I streamed my first look, trying to see how things would behave and how different things worked. And overall, I gotta say I'm pretty impressed. It's a big step up from 16, especially with the mobile device. It's kind of nice. We're still limited on things we can do with what am I trying to say? With things like logging, being able to get out of the vehicle. I know there's another farming game that I play that seems like they're a little bit more advanced in some ways than Farm Sim. But we'll see how it goes. Full already. Alright. Let's swap over and help if I hit the right button. There we are. I know the price on this one's a little steep, but I think for what all we get for this game, I honestly think it's worth it. I will admit, I was getting burned out on 16, and having a totally different map is nice. It's not a huge map. I think they could have done a little better with field sizing. Fields still seem awful small to me, especially when you compare some of the other maps out there. Or it'd be nice to be able to create a field or plow a couple fields together would be nice. Or be able to have that option. Now, I know it's a phone. You know, you're limited on things you can do with it, but it is what it is, you know. Just because we're playing on the phone, you know, there's things that they could do, I would think. Now, I'm not a game designer by any means. I'm just a gamer like y'all. But we'll see how it goes. I mean, it has just came out, so, you know, there's liable to be updates and patches and different things like that. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Well, this field's harvested. Pull this over and get it out of the way, and let's start cultivating our 2 fields and getting them ready. Yeah, that ought to be out of the way. See who's got the best price. Right now, the harbor. So let's see, which way am I going? Yeah, this is right. If any of y'all are new to the channel, welcome, and make sure you hit that like button and hit subscribe if you're liking what you see. I'll admit I am still small, but I'm trying. I ain't got a lot going for me right now, but we're gonna use what we can and do what we can with what we got anyway. Hopefully sooner than later that'll all change, but we'll see. Oh, I just went to the wrong place, didn't I? That's alright. We'll manage. Bring this back to the farm. We'll swap out tractors and we'll go from there. Yeah, I see we gained 1 viewer. Morning to you. Hope you're having a decent Sunday morning. Zoom out so we can see what we're doing here. But yeah, we're just gonna try to play along here and see what we can get done, see if we can make any money. Ooh, zoomed out a little too far on that one. But we'll just kind of get into the game and see what happens, and we'll probably end up cultivating this field and hooking the other tractor up to the seeder and hire a worker to seed it while we go cultivate the other field. But anybody that's still in here, if y'all think of what I should plant, I'm thinking canola. If y'all can think of something besides canola to plant, let me know. I do have my chat up and I can see when y'all are posting. So if you have any questions, let me know, or if you just want to say hi and bye, that's fine too. We'll see what all we can do and try to not get in any trouble to start with anyway. And like I said, we're just going to start I'm going to try starting a new Let's Play and see how it goes, see what all's there, see how the live streaming works out, see if this is something that's going to be worth it, or if I should just stick to making videos, at least for the time being. And if you're watching this in the after I've streamed, I hope you're having a good day on whatever day it is. And appreciate you stopping by, giving me a view. Appreciate you hitting that like button, letting me know you were here. And we'll hopefully catch you on the next one. And we'll just see what all's going on. I do gotta admit, this whole live streaming thing's a lot different than doing a video. You always gotta be thinking of what you're gonna be doing next, and as Brad will tell you, or Trucker Brad Gaming that is, as he'll tell you, you gotta be careful in what you do, what you say, because there's always somebody listening. And there is no editing things out like in videos. Hope y'all are having a decent day anyway. We'll see how it goes. So I'm gonna hit on something I haven't brought up before in any of my videos or the other two streams I've done, and been watching on some of the tech channels where Intel, of course we all know who Intel is, that they announced their new CPU line and all that. Of course, from what I've gathered from the announcements and all of that, basically it's a direct response to AMD announcing their Threadripper, which is supposed to be this massive multi-core, multi-thread CPU that Intel never has dreamed of. Well, from what Intel has announced, I think it was in Taiwan where they did their big announcement, that the things they were saying and things other companies and motherboard companies were saying was pretty much one of those, you're saying what? You never told us this, and where is this coming from kind of deal. And it's pretty much like Intel's trying to grab straws at the moment. I don't know how much of it's true. I'm not real big into all the tech circles and all that speak, but I think it's kind of interesting when Intel's been #1 for so long. Now they've kind of got up on their high horse, and AMD with their Threadripper, and of course they've been hurting Intel with their new Ryzen lineup, the Ryzen 5 and Ryzen 7 CPUs, that they've pretty much been giving Intel a pretty good smacker, from what I'm understanding. But I think it's going to be interesting to see which one actually is going to come up on top, and which one's going to announce what they're at, or produce what they're announcing, I should say. And I think, the way AMD's pricing's been compared to Intel, I think it's going to be pretty nice if everything they're saying comes true. I think, as a gamer and trying to get a gaming PC, that maybe Intel will have to lower their price if they want to stay on top. Or maybe AMD will come in and, with like the Ryzen 5, Ryzen 7, a very affordable action, or very affordable product without cutting a lot of corners, and then better in some ways than the Intel, that it could be interesting what transpires over the next, I think it's next couple of quarters or next year maybe, that all of this is supposed to come out. So we'll just have to see. I did, on another note, catch part of, what is it they called that? The E3, with EA's announcements and, what is it they call them? Basically where they announce new games and that kind of thing. There's a couple games that they're producing or are getting ready to launch that's going to be awful nice. The new Need for Speed, what is it they called that? Payback, looks to be very interesting. They didn't really go into a lot of detail other than that it's the next lineup. They re-engineered a lot of things, and basically a very big open world map. From what I gathered, it kind of seemed like they are now trying to put Forza on the spot, by having, oh, what did they call it? Relics, I think is what they call it. From what I remember, Forza calls them barn finds. Basically old cars that you gotta fix up and can soup up anyway and modify into either hot rods or supercars or off-road. And I think that's a interesting mix. Of course, Need for Speed's always been very customizable in their cars, so that's going to be nice. They said they're keeping that. What was another game they announced? I remember there's a big co-op game that they announced. I believe it was A Way Out. Basically, it's designed to be a split-screen co-op where you and a buddy sitting on the couch and play. And they've got a whole new way of doing the co-op where even in split screen, while one person is sitting there in a cutscene, the other person may or may not be in a cutscene or can still free roam. So I think that's going to be an interesting game, and I think that one was called A Way Out. What was another game? Of course, they redid, what's the soccer game EA has? They brought a new lineup on it, and I remember the NBA 2K18, I believe is the name of it, where they're basically redesign the entire gameplay of how you play it, or well, redesign the whole control and the way you play on it. From what I'd seen in their release, that looked like one control stick would handle your dribbling and which hand you were going to dribble in, which hand you were going to end up in, and the other I can't talk this morning. The other control stick handled your movement, as in whether you were moving right, left, front, back, and all of that. They didn't go into a whole lot of detail, but they did say that now, besides just being a pro basketball player or NBA player, now you go work your way up from the street scene all the way up to, what they call that? Basically the semi-pro, and then work your way on up into the pro. And of course, every aspect throws in different features and different boosts and different stat enhancements. So I think that's going to be an interesting way of playing the game and an interesting turn. They said it will take some time for you to get used to the way it all controls and all of that. And so I think it'll be interesting. Trying to think of what the other game. Battlefield. They're going to add, what was that? The first Tsar, I believe it was. That they're adding in Russia elements into Battlefield now. And including the Deadly Women's Brigade, or whatever Russia calls it. And so I think that'll be interesting. I think it was 6 new maps. Not 100% sure on that. But they're adding 6 new maps, redoing one of their classic maps to add more to it. New vehicles, new playable characters. What else? Aircraft, I believe, was in that. Another thing they announced was the Star Wars. What is that called? Star Wars Battlefield 2, I believe it is. And how they're now adding a story mode into it. Multiple new characters. Playable characters. And a whole bunch of new weapons. New class of characters now. Trying to think what else it was. I know I was watching the EE3 live on Twitter yesterday and seen on the very tail end of it, they done basically a 30-minute play where they had 2 teams, 20, it was a 20-on-20 match, and basically they had 40 gamers there of all different classes. Every player was free, or every gamer was free to choose whichever troop they wanted to be, for lack of a better term, which side they were going to be, but it's 20-on-20. As they were playing it, they were able to upgrade weapons, change out weapons, upgrade which class of soldier they were, or droid. You can now be droids. What all they were able to upgrade or buy. You can now use the, lack of a better term, the Starfighter, or no, not Starfighter. One of the tanks, and also, oh, we got a mission now. There it is. Zoom in a little. But basically, we're going to hire a worker on this, and we're going to go to sugar beets. Okay. I think we've got a trailer full of sugar beets or two. And let's see, which one is the sugar beets? Oh, let's see, this one, I believe. But it was interesting. But oh, wasn't full. Okay. Well, now we're full. I do gotta admit, I like that full indicator, where especially if you've got hired hands, where if you're running around on another field doing cultivating or sowing or what have you, or baling, when the harvester is full, it will stop in the field like normal, like in 16, but now has the indicator on there to let you know, hey, it stopped because it's full, not because he's stuck or drunk or whatnot. Oh, back there, okay. Sorry guys, basically second time I've played this game, or played on fs18, so I'm still trying to learn the map. Played around a little bit, but not a whole lot. So we're just trying to get a feel for it and go from there. I do gotta admit, I am thoroughly impressed with the changes they have made from 16 to 18. As you can see on the front of this tractor, we now have loading arms, and you can get a log grapple and a bell fork, and I believe that's it. I'll check here in just a minute. But it's pretty cool. Trying to think what else. Now we can also do round bells besides just square bells. You can do square still, and I went totally the wrong way. Went to talking, forgot where I was at. There is trucks on the AI traffic now, and I don't know if it works with the trucks, but the cars, nope, trucks you can't move. The cars, we can move around and can push them, which is awful nice considering in fs18 they're there and they ain't moving for nothing. It's like hitting a brick wall in it. But I'm glad I got it. Gonna try to play a couple episodes in the Let's Play and see what all happens, and see how it works out. So far, I gotta admit I'm liking it. I will admit, although I probably should have went through the tutorial instead of just turning it off and leaving it turned off, that took me a little bit to figure out how to use the front loading arms. As soon as we get over here and drop this load of sugar beets off, I'll show y'all how to do it. If you are new to the channel, if you don't mind, go ahead and hitting that like button and subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and just kind of helps me out and lets me know if I'm doing alright or not. If you got me in on the background, that's cool too. I appreciate it. Now that we got all our sugar beets loaded, I'll show you. If you unhook the trailer and then hit the start, basically the implement tool, it'll lower the loading arms, and that's about it. That's about all you can do with it. Now that we do get some money available though, I think what I might do is maybe go get a hay fork, but I don't know. No, I know what I'll do. I'll get a fertilizer spreader. That way we can boost I can't even say it. Productivity. Morning, country girl. How are you this morning? I hope you're having a decent Sunday morning. See, we got our hired worker over here. Is he done yet? Not quite. And country girl, I do gotta admit, I am tired. I was up most of the night with a sick youngin'. But you know, that's the joys of being a dad. Alright, let's see here. Let's go harvesters, headers, tippers, cultivators, sowers, fertilizers. I can't get the big one yet. Could go with slurry. I don't think we've got... No, we don't have any cattle yet, so guess we'll go with the small one. And let's go pick it up. Alright, now where's the store again? Remember, it's over here somewhere. Again, I apologize. Still trying to learn the map. I've got a rough grasp of it. Let's see. Okay, so the store's here. So it should be... Oh, there it is. Okay. Well, it's a little different. Oh, we didn't like that. Okay. Well, let's go see where we are going to pick up our fertilizer at. Oh, I'm trying to remember. I didn't do this when I was playing around. Yeah, a little different route, but that's alright. Oh, I see the sign. I thought that was a water tank. At the fertilizer? Okay, I guess it is. Well. Oh, let's see. We gonna hire... No, let's try it. Zoom out though so I can see. Alright, well, it's got at least a decent... Oh, what are you gonna call that? Decent swath, I guess is what I should say. Yeah, not bad though. See if we can hit it. Nope, left again. Oh well. We can fix that. Oh, let's see, what else was there that I seen? Trying to think of what else there was that I saw yesterday. I know yesterday it was awful warm here. I'm up in northern Georgia, up in the mountains, and I think we hit 90 yesterday, or right around it. Of course, with us, you know, yeah, it's hot, but then you got all the humidity too, so it really makes things fun. Sorry, I know I got all kind of whiteness blinding me. You got the iPad setting up in front of me so I can see the chat and everything. Make sure everything's streaming alright. So, what did we do? We did plant both fields, didn't we? Yeah. Had to stop and think there. Been at this for too long, I guess. Been going for too long. Think I got maybe 2 or 3 hours sleep last night, so if I'm a little loopy, I apologize. But yeah, you know, the joys of what it is. Let's move this out of the way. We'll go ahead and refill it. Set this off to the side, swap tractors, there we go. And let's do it this way. Oop, out of fertilizer. Alright. Well, almost got a full field in. Sorry, I don't think it was too much though. Was it? Well, almost $3 grand in fertilizer. Sure hope it makes it worth it. And that should have that one done. Alright, wait, where's the other field? This way. Okay. Wow, the crops grow fast in this. Well, hopefully we can get this one fertilized before it's ready to harvest. Of course, I did not see a setting to speed it up or slow down the crop cycles. Yeah, that's too far. Oh, that ain't too bad. Almost judged it right. But yeah, I'm wondering if we can have this. Uh-oh. Now I really wonder if we're gonna have this fertilized before it is ready to harvest. But that should mean that when I'm done fertilizing, we shouldn't have too awful long to wait. Oh, I do gotta admit, I remember something else I was gonna talk about. Been watching, and I'm sure if you're watching this, you've probably already seen at least one of. Cattle and Crops has, for their, I guess it's the initial backers, have gave them access to a tech demo. Basically to download the game, or well, a part of the game. Basically you have the first little tutorial and lets you see how it's going to play out and all of that. And from what I have seen of, and I'll admit I watched Old Guy Farmer, his take on it. From what I seen on that, on just the tech demo, I was pretty impressed. I think it's really, oh, out of fertilizer again. Really gonna give Farm Sim and Giants a big, how do I word this? A really stiff competition as far as PC gaming goes. Especially considering it's going to be almost basically a full year before the next Farm Sim comes out, if they keep doing like they normally have been doing, which is PC and console on odd years and phone and tablet on even years, which with the launch of SF or Farm Sim 18, I'm going to say they're going to continue doing. Of course, the old saying, if it's working, don't fix it. But with the new Cattle and Crops, I think they're really going to have to pull all the stops out for fs18 or do a big patch for fs19. So it's going to be interesting, however it turns out. Alright, let's park this. Yeah, we might as well drop it off there. Oh, let's see. This one's coming along nicely. I'm debating should I go get a baler and a fork for harvest? Well, let's see. Sorry about that. Tatters, windrowers. Ooh. 65,000. Alright, well, what's a baler? 64. Yeah, fork. There's the bell fork that we can get for the front of the tractor. That's only $4 grand. There's the hay wagon for 18. Which that's something else that's nice too on this now. You don't have to have an auto loading. You can load the bales up onto the hay wagon and take them to, I believe the only place you can do it, store it for your livestock. Or you've got a auto loader for round bales or square bales. Square bales will hold 16, round bales will hold 8. And then for our forestry, we've got the same, but we do have a log fork and a log trailer now. Which, by the way, Brad, I'm sorry, we do get a third semi-trailer. And let me see what that says. Okay. Well, we could go get cattle started. But we need, you know, well, let's see what this is. Yeah, we'll go do that. Maybe by the time we're done with that, maybe we'll have a field ready to harvest, and we'll harvest it and probably end after that. Let's see, where did he put it? Oh, hiding behind the corner. Okay. While we're here, we might as well top off and wash the tractor off, although this one ain't all that dirty. Wonder. Well, if I get the loading wagon, we can load straw up. And we can load the hay up. But I don't know, without it baled, if we can use it for our animals. Of course, we can always try it and see. Why did I leave our wagon way down here? Oh well. Where are we taking this? Oh, okay. Probably the same place we took ours. So let's go drop this off and see how it does. Well, while we're down here, of course, this will drop this off. You might as well go ahead and pick up the loading wagon. And then we can see when we harvest whether or not we'll be able to use the straw for our animals without baling it. That's something I have not tried. I know bales work for our animals, but I don't know. Let's see here, go to prices. Let's go over. Okay. So the biogas plant will buy straw and hay. Okay. Well, let's try that. Hang on 1 second. Gotta grab my cord, which means I'm gonna have to lay back a little bit more. Alright. Well, let's buy a, let's go this way. Let's get the loading. Oh, don't have enough. Okay. Well, I guess that answers that. So let's go back and see what kind of crops we got to sell and what kind of prices. Should have probably already looked at that. That's alright. We'll do like I normally do and just wing it anyway. Let's see, where is ours? There it is. Of course, if our fields are ready to harvest, this could make things a little interesting. So let's see here. Can we see if that backfield is ready? No, not quite yet. So what's the best price in that we got the most of? Okay, we're even across the board except sugar beets. We're out of sugar beets. No big deal. So potatoes are in the dump. It's like canola. If we can get to the harbor in time, it's like that's the highest paying right now. And then sunflowers, well, yeah, let's get the canola and take it. Which the canola is where? Oh, that's wheat. Corn, sugar beets, canola. There we are. So we'll take this and let's go to the harbor, which the harbor is, okay, maybe faster to go south. Alright, so let's cut a trail south. We'll sell this load and should have enough by then to at least buy the loading wagon, which probably by the time we get back, our north field, or the field on the other side of the train tracks, I should say, should probably be ready to harvest, if not very close to it. Oh, this ain't that far away. Alright, fair enough. So let's see, that was what, 64,000 and change? Of course, we gotta make sure we've got enough for seed. Oh yeah. Okay, for that price, that don't connect. I wonder, how bad did that drop the price? For a little bit, but now the bakery's up. Just thought of that. We planted all canola. Alright. Well, let's go drop this off at the farm and, that way? No. I can see it. It's right there. I just can't get there from here. And let's go get a loading wagon. I'm thinking we can feed, or if it will take the straw straight into the barn off a loading wagon, if it'll do that, we may go get a mower start collecting hay too. Or, well, grass. That's close. I'll go ahead and drop the wagon off here. And we will go get a baling wagon. Or a, ooh. Do I get the loading wagon and chance it? Or should I get the baler, which I know works? But will that pick up just straight grass? We're going to chance it. We'll get the forks too. And, oh, 32,000. Okay. Well, of course that's now ready to harvest. So, yeah, let's make a quick run down to the store. We'll grab our fork, and then we will grab the loading wagon as well. And come back up to the farm and harvest. Yep, and we should have enough. Should make enough off of this harvest to be able to. We still gotta get a mower too. Now here's also a tip that I learned the hard way. Hook your fork up first before you hook up your baler or whichever other trailer you're going to hook up, because once you hook up a trailer, you can no longer lower your loading arms. You can no longer lower your loading arms. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so let's take this back, get it set up. We'll get it staged up there on the first field. And then we'll come back, get the harvester, take it up. Sorry guys. And we'll run it up. Or, well, no. We'll bring that up here and start harvesting. So, that one. And nope, not that way, this way. And then we will probably call it quits after I get this harvested. Because let's see, we've been going what? Almost an hour. So not too bad. Though don't hire a worker. We need the money. Start it up and let's go. We'll cut a headland first and then we'll start going back and forth. Well, nah. It worked out pretty good, but we will need to turn around. So that way we can make sure we have our pipe out. Although, let's cut around first. We should have enough hopper capacity that we can make a full round, then we'll turn around down at the corner where we started at. This is one thing I wish on the mobile end. You know, yeah, it's nice having these small fields to start with, but, and I'll show you here in just a sec, as you can see, oh, not that, almost all these fields, well, I mean, there is a decent one, but for the most part, all these fields are really small. That was one thing I was kind of hoping they would stay with, because on 14 and 16, you know, yes, you had small fields to start with, but you also had some pretty decent sized fields that you could buy. Where these pretty much all seem small. Now, I remember on 14, granted that's been a while back, but I remember there was a couple fields where if you didn't have the large equipment that they had, you would plant 3 fields, go to start planting that, and have to stop planting it just because you didn't have the room. You know what? I just realized canola ain't giving us straw. Interesting. Guess we'll plant one of these fields in wheat next time. That way we can at least get our straw. But yeah, I remember in 14 that you had to use the big equipment on quite a few of the fields. Otherwise, you were stopping to go harvest your little fields in order to keep that from dying on you. And then have to go back and you'd plant them and then go finish planting your other field. And then once you've got enough to either paid for real money for in-game money, or progressed enough to where you had the larger equipment, then sorry guys, then that's about the only time it made it worthwhile of actually doing the larger fields, because otherwise you were running back and forth like a chicken with your head cut off. Dang, one more turn and this field should be done. Grab a drink real quick. So, I don't know. And you know what? Let me get rid of that mini map. I did see where they still got some decent sized equipment. And I wonder if it's not because, look at this. A small combine and we didn't even fill it up on one field with fertilizer. Yeah, it's ready. Right? the cultivator, and I think we'll call that a stream. No, I apologize. Oh, output low. Well, now I'm having problems with the stream, so I'm gonna call it done there, guys. Appreciate y'all watching this, and hope to catch y'all next time. If you would hit that like button and subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and we'll catch you next go around. See y'all. Have a good day.